Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and today I'm here to provide you with my review for Zombie Army Trilogy. Now, the way the story goes is quite simple. It's pretty much towards the end of World War II, where Hitler was on the verge of defeat, but he happens to stumble upon this mysterious relic which unleashes the undead and brings his army back to life. So it's up to you, and of course with your cooperative partners, to go on this journey to defeat Hitler once and for all, and of course to stop this army invasion. Now, going over the graphics, visually the game looks really good on both PC and current generation hardware, and I find myself going back and forth between the Xbox One and PC version of the game, and come to find out that the graphics are pretty much exactly the same. Also probably due to the fact that this is not really a high graphical demanding style of game. But as for the environments and set pieces, you basically have this really dark and creepy tone where you have a lot of the undead, body parts everywhere, and just this whole creepy vibe to it, almost like if it was a horror style game, which in this case it's not really, though there is a couple jump scares. But overall, the visual aspect of the game, the character details, and the level design looks really good. So if you're a fan of zombies, then this is something you're really going to enjoy. Now, going over the gameplay is very simple and easy to understand. This is pretty much a spin-off of the main installment known as Sniper Elite. So if you played Sniper Elite, basically the gameplay is exactly the same. And the only difference between that one and this one is that unlike the other one where you don't have the undead and you're going to be focusing on stealth, this one you will be facing the undead throughout your entire experience. And stealth is definitely something that you're not going to be using at all for this title, which is nothing to complain about because you have all your weapons and you get to shoot a bunch of undead people. Very simple and fun. Now, in the game, you do have a wide variety of different weapons to choose from. You have variations of sniper rifles, submachine guns, shotguns, and I recommend always carrying a shotgun, and of course your pistol. Not only that, you have your side items like claymore, trap wire, grenades, and of course TNT, which basically you could throw the TNT and then use your sniper rifle to kind of lay out a trap, and it especially makes it really fun for a co-op, especially if you're cooperating with a friend or two. Now, in the game, you do have your whole campaign, which goes through about 3 different episodes, which involves the whole entire trilogy, because after all, this is the Zombie Army Trilogy. And here you could either choose to play by yourself and increase the different difficulty settings or the amount of zombies that you'll be facing, or you can choose to play cooperative with up to 3 of your other friends, or you could join random people online if you don't have anyone to play with. And it's always a fun experience, and especially since a lot of people ended up using a mic, at least with my experience on both the PC and the Xbox One version of the game. And overall, it just makes a really good fun time. And of course, not only that, you also have the option for a horde mode, which basically in horde mode, you're going to be facing against waves of enemies in a small cramped space. And the longer you survive, the harder it's actually going to get. But it's a really fun experience and definitely something you might want to check out after you beat the campaign or before you start the campaign, just kind of get used to the gameplay. But overall, it's a very simple concept, easy to understand. And of course, as always, you do have the infamous and famous slow-mo shots that's always featured in Sniper Elite. So every time you get a really awesome kill, like a multi-kill or a really long distance shot, you're going to have that little x-ray cam so you can see where exactly you hit them. Either it's the brain, the heart, all kinds of different stuff. So overall, it's a really fun experience. It's something that I think players are definitely going to be enjoying. Now, going over the sound portion, there's not really much to say in terms of voice acting due to the fact that the only voices that are going to be occurring is the before you begin a mission, you have this whole prologue explaining exactly what's going on for this particular mission, the person over the radio, and of course at times where you have Hitler speaking to his army, and that's pretty much it. But the main portion for the sound wise that I'm going to have to give it to is the in-game soundtrack, because it's really awesome to listen to. Sometimes you're going to have little techno remixes going on. But the soundtrack for this game is really enjoyable and definitely something you might want to pay attention to. Now, going over the lifespan overall, it really depends on your overall experience. If you're choosing to play by yourself and increasing the difficulty plus the amount of zombies on screen, this game is actually going to take you a while to beat because of the whole trial and error, especially for some of these particular levels. It gets really challenging, especially if you're by yourself. However, if you're choosing to play this in a cooperative state, you're going to find that the campaign experience is going to be relatively short due to the fact that since you have more people, even though there's going to be more zombies, you're actually going to finishing it a lot faster than you would be playing it by yourself. And of course, the horde mode is definitely going to be one of the main reasons why people are going to come back to replaying this game more and more and trying to see how far they could actually get with their small group and with these small environments you'll be facing in. As for the innovation, was there anything new here? Was this something that we already seen before? For me, there wasn't really much of an innovation here because what they did was that they copy and pasted the main Sniper Elite game, but they changed the whole theme and concept of the game, which I thought was really enjoyable. So here you'd have the whole undead and trying to stop Hitler once and for all, especially in an undead Hitler. I mean, what more fun can you get with that? But in the end, I had a really good time. Horde mode was also really fun and yet challenging at the same time. But in the end, I'm going to give Zombie Army Trilogy a 9 out of 10. If you guys would like to see my full complete walkthrough, you guys can check the link down below. Anyways, I am Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.